5 candidates are vying for the support from gun voters in Columbia County's House District 131. Who do gun voters trust? How do we know who will fight for us in the Georgia House? Stay tuned, guys. We're breaking this race down right now. Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with Georgia Gun Owners. The May 21st primary is coming very quickly, and for gun voters in Columbia County's District 131, the race is on to replace outgoing state rep Jody Lott. And guys, again, there's 5 candidates who are vying for the support of gun voters. It's an overwhelming number of candidates, frankly. It's hard to even get all of them on the whiteboard. Again, we're discussing this corner right here in Columbia County. And the race matters a lot to gun voters because while Jody Lott was a likable person, she was frankly very harmful to advancing our gun rights in the Georgia House. She would never co-sponsor bills. She used her leadership status to try to attack pro-gun lawmakers who were sponsoring pro-gun bills. So it matters right now a lot for gun voters who are looking to make a change in this district. And so the problem that we've got as gun voters is there's an overwhelming number of candidates, and how do we know who to trust? That's why GGO is here. Guys, since the session ended, we have been surveying candidates all across the state, getting their views in writing so we can tell our members and other gun voters at election time right now where these candidates stand. Usually, as is the case in this video here, we have good news and we have bad news to report. The good news in this race is that 3 candidates, Rob Clifton, Russell Wilder, and Ben Cairns, have all surveyed 100% pro-gun with Georgia gun owners. What that means to us is they took our candidate survey, which asked the top 10 questions of the day facing gun owners here in Georgia, and they answered each one of those questions pro-gun. And guys, you can see the survey for yourself, and I encourage you to do so right now on our website, georgiagunowners.org. We don't hide our candidate surveys. We put them out there for all the world to see so our members and others know where these candidates stand. When a candidate will put their views in writing, that usually means that they have the guts to follow through on that campaign pledge once they are elected into office. If a candidate will not put their views in writing, it almost always means they intend to screw gun voters over. The last thing they want to do is have a written promise out there to be branded as a hypocrite. So in this race, as I mentioned, 3 candidates have surveyed 100% pro-gun. Remember these 3 names: Rob Clifton, Russell Wilder, and Ben Cairns. And what that means is they are opposed to all of the radical left and the rhino squishy middle on the right, their agenda to weaken our gun rights. These 3 are opposed to an AR-15 ban. They're opposed to repealing stand your ground law. They're opposed to gun registration. They're opposed to these deadly safe storage laws, heavy sarcasm intended. These 3 candidates, again, Rob Clifton, Russell Wilder, and Ben Cairns, support GGO's agenda of passing the Second Amendment Preservation Act. SAPA law would tell Joe Biden, this is Georgia, we're a sovereign state. You can't use our cops to enforce federal gun control here anymore. They also support our goal to ban red flag gun seizures. You've probably heard about this. A red flag law allows an ex-spouse, it allows a liberal neighbor of yours, it allows an angry coworker to call you in, say you could be dangerous, and empower liberal judges to confiscate your firearms with no arrest, no conviction for anything. It shreds our due process rights, destroys the idea of innocent until proven guilty. Many states have banned red flags. That's our goal here in Georgia. And Rob Clifton, Russell Wilder, and Ben Cairns support that agenda 100%. That's the good news. 3 candidates who openly, proudly back your gun rights. We have bad news to report, though, as well. Both Paul Abbott and David Byrne have refused to complete their GGO candidate questionnaire. As I mentioned a moment ago, when a candidate won't survey, especially during an election, the obvious question is, why? What are they trying to hide? And again, in our experience, it's usually a sign they intend to screw us in Atlanta. Does that mean they're going to vote for gun control? No, ordinarily not. What it means is they would join the massive throng of rhinos who campaign on gun rights at election time and then do nothing once they're safely in office. That's why Georgia hasn't passed a single pro-gun bill for the last 2 years in a row. We have an overwhelming number of self-described pro-gun Republicans, big majorities in both chambers, and we haven't passed anything because many Republicans campaign on gun rights and will not fight for them once they're in office. Is that conclusively the case when it comes to Paul Abbott and David Byrne? We can't say that, but it's a very, very bad sign. One thing to be aware of, though, this is a must-remember item for gun voters, is that David Byrne on his website and YouTube social media platforms has made it very clear that he is opposed to open carry here in Georgia. He is opposed to some forms of stand your ground law here in Georgia. And he's opposed to other issues when it comes to our gun rights as well. Frankly, what we've seen from David Byrne over the last couple of weeks is ordinarily what we see from a Democrat in a swing district who was trying to pretend to be pro-gun without, being very clear about it. David Byrne ordinarily, the way he's talking right now, would ordinarily belong on a Democrat party ticket. So if there's one takeaway that you have from this video, be aware that David Byrne is clearly an open and overt enemy to gun owners here in Georgia. So guys, in closing, again, a 5-way primary. It's hard to give you too much detail, but don't forget, Rob Clifton, Russell Wilder, and Ben Cairns, 100% pro-gun on their GGO candidate questionnaire. And don't forget, Paul Abbott and David Byrne will not answer the survey, and David Byrne is very openly hostile to our right to keep and bear arms. Guys, as always, share this video all over the place on social media. Make sure gun voters know the truth about these 5 candidates. And to see more race breakdowns, go to our website, YouTube channel, or social media platforms for more information. Guys, also join the fight today at joinggo.com.